We look at that total journey of the education stakeholders from the day the students come into the university, from admission to graduation, and then also for alumni management and so on. So this is a platform that is totally built on new technologies that allows the universities a full picture of the whole data management within the institute itself.
Hello, my name's Maria Spies. I'm co-CEO of HolonIQ, and we're here today at HolonIQ's Global Impact Summit in Egypt. I'm very, very happy to be speaking today with Mohammed Husamaddin. Mohammed is the VP, Vice President of Portfolio Development and Marketing for Naseej. Mohammed, great to be here. Maybe you could just give us a little bit of information about you, your role and your company.
Thank you very much, Maria, for having me. In fact, it's a pleasure to be here and to be with HolonIQ in this summit. Well, I have been in the education community since 1994, with Naseej, in fact. I joined Naseej back in 1994 as account executive, and 2 months after I get married. And soon I realized that we are having a baby and working with the education sector is not something that is good for money, but it's good for my family as well. So I think I had the opportunity with Naseej to be part of unique projects in the Middle East, in Saudi, in the Gulf, in Dubai, the Emirates in general, in Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, as well as in North Africa, in Tunisia and Morocco. And all of those are really things that I feel very humbled to, but at the same time very proud of the achievement that we have made together with those customers, in fact.
Fantastic. Maybe you could sort of outline a couple of the challenges and opportunities that you see for education and education innovation in the region.
Yes, you know, the education system is really a very conservative system. They have always been very conservative.
Yes.
And the wave of change is really a tsunami that is taking over everything with it. And I have the pleasure of seeing how the education community are trying to accommodate the change to their maximum so that they can really meet the expectations and the objectives of their existence. And I see a lot of very proud examples by universities.
Yes.
You know, our focus at Naseej is really on the higher education. So my talk is really on the higher ed rather than on K-12.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of examples of universities who have taken the measure to change and cope to the change and lead within their communities. I did a research about a year ago about higher education in the whole Middle East. We came up with about 900 universities and colleges, and we tried to see how they are reacting to change, and maybe the number that I will mention is not really rewarding, but it is very rewarding if you look at the Middle East situation. We realize that maybe 1% of those 900 are really changing positively towards the accommodating all of the what's happening in the EdTech and the 5G technologies and the AI and the distant learning and so on. So that's very, very unique indeed. The other issue is the focus on student success and how governments are actually looking at it today. You know, I think one of the very interesting thing that is happening now in Egypt and in Saudi, in the Emirates, is that governments are taking a serious efforts towards making sure that the education system is working and is delivering on the requirements of the market and the labor requirements and so on. So focusing on student success is a key initiative that I think the system, the whole system is looking at seriously with different, of course, different levels of attention and different levels of success indeed.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's amazing to see how much innovation is occurring
Yes.
in lots of institutions around the place,
Yes,
and that focus on student success, however student success is measured. So
Yes,
it's fantastic.
Sure.
What are some of the projects or initiatives that you're working on right now in this whole space?
Yeah, so Naseej is a digital transformation company who's active in education and knowledge management.
Okay.
And my role now is to ensure that Naseej can grow and meet the change that's happening in the community around us. We are a company that's focused on the Middle East. So I am trying to lead the efforts of growing organically and inorganically within the company.
Okay.
So our efforts now, we have started less than 2 years ago, an effort to develop a platform for the higher education, whereby we look at that total journey of the education stakeholders from the day the students come into the university, from admission to graduation, and then also for alumni management and so on. So that this is a platform that is totally built on new technologies that allows the universities a full picture of the whole data management within the institute itself. So this is one initiative that we are working on. And the second is really trying to see how we can help the community, the entrepreneurship and the startups in the community grow up, and we handhold maybe some of them so that we can together meet the expectation of the community very well. So growing organically and growing inorganically through opportunities of acquisition or investment and so on.
So you're actually looking at both sides. You're seeing and supporting entrepreneurs and all those new ideas to provide solutions, and you're working with universities, helping them digitize across their life cycle.
Yeah, sure.
So that's a unique position.
There's no way that one can stand alone and these challenges. You know, we will have to hold hands together,
Yes.
and we will have to bring efforts together and make sure that we together can succeed and achieve the best to our students, to our children's
Yes.
brothers, sisters, and colleagues. Certainly.
Yes, yeah, fantastic. And in the lead up to the summit later on today, what are the sort of trends that you're hoping to talk about or hear or discuss?
Yeah. Well, I think I've always been fan of making sure that institutions can be agile to meet the change that is faced today. And I always call universities to try to offload any of their non-core investments,
Yes.
things that are really outdated today. You know, putting investment in data centers or in huge infrastructure setup that will pull the institution down as they move out to meet the changes.
Yes.
So moving to the cloud, making sure that we utilize the cloud to interconnect with the ecosystem of education. Today, you cannot really offer a true experience to students unless you are in the cloud,
Yes.
because you have all of issues of integrations and authentications and data access and so on.
Yes.
So if you are in the cloud, these are minimized to the minimum. So I would hope that today's summit and the discussion that we'll have with people and the very rewarded people, in fact, that we can focus on how we can make the institutions, the education institutions in the Middle East more agile to meet the challenges of the future.
Fantastic, it's great. Mohammed, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to speak with you today.
Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you.